9:08, 8 past 9, the Bruce and Dan Show. Jake Hartford, John Cass, in for Bruce and Dan, who you just heard the last 4 hours.
That's right. We've got 2 hours, 9 to 11. We've got some good guests coming up, and I hope some interesting stuff to talk about.
Who do we have?
We have former State Senator James Meeks, who runs the big church on the South Side, who was for vouchers when he was in the state Senate, to talk about the schools. And later we'll have United Neighborhood Organization boss Juan Rangel, who is setting up charter schools, and you'll love this, Jake, soccer charter schools. They're going to push soccer in those schools on the Southwest Side. And he'll probably be one of those people, beneficiaries of the Bears push for more charter schools.
Oh, can never have enough soccer.
Because there's nothing like it. The beautiful game.
My God, who the hell cares?
I do, buddy. I do, and so do all those kids at Morton High School and at Lyons Township High School, because the big Pepsi Showdown tournament is this Sunday at Toyota Park. Go LT. That's all I'm saying.
We're going to talk, of course, about the Chicago Public Schools and what's going on. They should have the vote today, and if they don't screw up the vote, the kids should be back in school tomorrow.
And they won't learn anything.
But there's other stuff going on in the world. There's video. The video that just keeps on giving.
Yeah.
I know.
You mean the video that the Obama administration is blaming for everything rather than their own policy?
Here's how spontaneous the demonstrations were and are. Did you notice there were no demonstrations in Lebanon over the weekend? Do you know why?
Because they don't have YouTube?
No, because the Pope was in town. And yesterday, the leader of the Lebanese people, the Hezbollah, said it's okay now for his people to protest, and they're protesting. They're throwing the rocks like everybody else, but they kept the protesters from doing it because they didn't want to disrupt the Pope's visit. So that kind of gives you an idea who's controlling what in the Middle East.
For the fact that Jay Carney, the president's spokesman, press secretary, to say that all these protests were about the video and not about a concentrated Al-Qaeda intelligence operation pushing and attacking at certain spots made me laugh. But then Jay Carney is the same guy who, when he was a reporter, did a profile on Chicago when Mayor Daley was here and compared him to Andy of Mayberry. Okay? The same guy. Andy of Mayberry, Chicago. Thank you.
And not only did Jay Carney do that on Friday, but on Sunday it was Susan Rice, the U.S. ambassador to the UN. And yesterday, one of the leaders of Al-Qaeda, the brother of the number 2 guy who was killed, gave an interview. And he, in effect, said the guy who did the video needs to be executed. He has called for his execution. That man is now marked for death. And the reason I bring this up is you saw the pictures of the guy over the weekend. They brought him in for questioning in Los Angeles, and they arranged a perp walk. A U.S. citizen who's done nothing wrong except
be a moron.
Exercise. Well, yeah, he's a moron, but in America, you have a right to be a moron.
Exactly. We elect them all the time.
He exercised his First Amendment rights. And what did the U.S. government do to this guy? They put him on a perp walk, and a perp walk is where they make him available for the press, the media, to get pictures. And so now CNN. this guy who's got this execution order on his head has his picture all over the country, all over the world.
Not only that, CNN, I believe, identified him, right?
Yeah.
And put him out there so when Al-Qaeda comes to see him, then I guess CNN will have another story.
And for you people who say, okay, the guy's a moron, he shouldn't have done that, he deserves it.
I'm one of those people. You have to be, look, waving a red flag in front of a bull.
Okay.
Just waving a red, that's what it was about. But you're an American, and guess what? That's our right.
Okay. So if you buy that, let me give you this. Over the weekend, I saw an interview with a couple, mother and a father. Lost their son. He was a member of SEAL Team 6. He was on the helicopter that was shot down, was targeted to be shot down in retaliation for the SEAL Team 6 killing bin Laden. He was one of the 17 killed in Afghanistan. The mother, if you could have heard the mother, what happened was when Joe Biden went and blabbed his big mouth and said, yep, it was SEAL Team 6, she said she got a call immediately from her son saying, anything on social media, whatever, that has any mention, whatever, scrub it. And he was one of 300 members of SEAL Team 6. He wasn't on the actual raid, but he's one of the 300.
And he paid with his life.
And he paid with his life, and he said scrub it because they were afraid that Al-Qaeda and the people that support Al-Qaeda are going to come after the families of the people in SEAL Team 6.
Right.
And that's how they operate.
But
they don't operate like you and I.
You know what's amazing, Jake? That is not big news, right?
It should be.
That Joe Biden blabbed, that Obama's administration leaked vital information. What's big news is that Romney says that people who are not paying taxes aren't going to vote for him. That's shocking outrage.
And that's why, when a lot of the leaks about our secrets, they came from the White House that, people, Democrats and Republicans in the Senate and the House are upset about. That's why they're upset, because words do have consequences. In the case of the guy with the video, yep, he may be a dead guy. He didn't even go home. He's I don't know where he is, but look at the SEAL Team 6, the families of SEAL Team 6. It isn't just the people who are there, offering, to sacrifice their lives. It's now their family that needs to live in fear.
That's why when you're in the media, you have to be also responsible about information you put out.
And our government should be responsible.
Yes.
And anyway, that's my soapbox for the day. We will get back to more stuff. John Cass, we got some guests coming in. It's 9:15, time for traffic, right here on 89 WL.
89 WLF.
9:16, we're back. The Bruce and Dan Show. Jake Hartford, John Cass, in for the guys. They'll be back when they're back.